Hello, everybody. You've tuned in to the Indiana State Police Roadshow, brought to you by the Indiana State Police Lions, Cops for Kids, subsidiary of the Indiana State Police Lions. I'm your host, Sergeant Rich Myers with the Indiana State Police Public Information Office. Tom Trial. Wave, Tom. Say hi. Tom is wavy behind the scenes. Puts us on YouTube or the Indiana State Police YouTube channel each and every week, and we thank him for what he does. I have with me a new guest from the Indiana State Police Capitol Police Division, Officer Megan Imel. Thank you for being here, Megan.
Thank you for having me.
We appreciate you being here. Megan is a 3-year veteran with the Indiana State Police Capitol Police Division, and it's something that we probably don't promote as much as we should, the Capitol Police Division and what you guys do. But let's get a little background on you. How did you, where did you grow up first? Where did you come from? Indiana?
Yes, Indiana. I was born in Valpo. Didn't spend much time there. I spent about 5 years in Wabash, Indiana,
Okay.
which is a small town.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I moved to Greenwood, and
Okay.
that's where I went to school.
Okay. Which school in Greenwood?
Center Grove.
Oh. Trojan?
Yes.
Okay. Any sports there or anything? Or?
Not so much as sports. I did about half a semester of like color guard and marching band.
Okay.
And I did 3 years of orchestra. I played the cello.
Really?
Yes.
Do you still do that?
I can. Okay. Yes. I don't as much as I would like to.
Okay.
And then I did show choir for 2 years.
Wow.
And drama club.
Cello, that's something interesting. No, I have to let that get out to the rest of the Capitol Police people. Do they know this?
Probably.
They
I'm
will
not
now.
sure.
So after high school, what happened then?
After high school, I went to college for a time, and then I studied criminal justice and psychology.
Okay.
And didn't finish my degree. I'm not going to lie. I was a little lazy about going to class. Started working at GameStop, and then had a change of management there. My hours got cut, and kind of felt like, man, I gotta get my life together and do what I actually want to do.
Right.
So I got a job with the state police, and
Okay.
the first thing that was open was a firearms data enter.
Okay.
And so I started in 2010 issuing gun permits.
Wow.
And then was the auditor, and then the secretary for a time, and then the trooper process sent out like a job career. But
Right.
they weren't hiring at the time, and Capital was. So
Yeah.
I put in for Capital, so I could kind of get my foot in the door and
And there
do
you
it,
are.
and went to the police academy. So it's the best
So-
thing I ever did.
Well, that's great. So let's back up here a little bit. At that time at firearms, so was that that was downtown?
Yes.
Okay. And you were issuing firearms permits and things, and kind of got to see some of the troopers up there and
Right.
some of the Capitol Police officers coming in and out. So how did you find out about the Capitol Police section hiring?
Well, they actually have a large presence downtown. When you work in the government center there, you see them all the time. And so I made friends with a few of them. And eventually when it opened, they said, check out the website. And I think it was actually Lieutenant McElfresh at the time that told me, hey, you should put in an application. And he was over this section shortly after that, I think. And I put in an application.
And there you are.
Yep.
So what do you put in the application, you were accepted, you went to the academy. What did you think of the academy? Was it everything you expected? Was it more? Was it?
So it was everything I expected. It was a little difficult for me. I moved the day before I went to the academy, so I actually plugged my phone into the wrong jack and was late the first day.
Oh my God.
So it was probably a little harder for me in the first few months.
They didn't pick this out or anything, did they? I mean, they didn't pull you out and say, "Oh, you're late."
No, actually, it was so I got there and.
How late were you?
Like 40 minutes. I think actually I got there at like 7:41, and you had to be there like. It was bad, so I was all flustered, and I always wanted to be a police officer. So I was like, how could I mess this up my first day? And I hate being late anywhere.
Right.
And Lieutenant Moore, actually over at the academy, he was very nice to me, got me through the orientation process. You know, I think he could tell I was short-circuiting there. And, you know, I got on the line where you stand.
Right, yeah.
And then from there, like day 2, I was queen of burpees. Like, I did so many burpees every day.
Now, tell the public what a burpee is.
A burpee is a kind of like an evil push-up. So you jump up and then you go down and you do a push-up, and it's just hard.
So your first day, it couldn't go any worse. It had to get better.
But, you know, you can only go up from rock bottom.
Exactly,
so.
Exactly right. So you had to go somewhere in it, and that was up. So
yes.
You started, how many were in your academy class?
I think we started in like 180, and we only graduated with around 100.
It's pretty difficult, isn't it?
Yes. We had so many officers that just didn't make it through the academy.
Yeah.
Actually, my roommate quit the first day. Yeah.
And you said, "Why are you quitting? I'm the one that goofed up here."
I know.
Where are you going?
Yeah.
So that was how many weeks?
15.
And do you think it prepared you well for what you were going to find?
Oh, yes. Yes, definitely. There's a lot of really good training in there. And
yeah.
So
you're there during the week, go home on the weekends, come back during the week, kind of a class atmosphere, but you're doing everything that's associated with police. Of course, there's criminal law, traffic law, but you're also getting the defensive tactics, firearms. What did you enjoy the most? What part did you like in the academy?
I'm kind of a nerd, so I really enjoyed criminal law, which I'm like the only person who will say that. But I really enjoyed evasive driving.
Yeah.
The instructor out there was Chivarelli, and he was from Greenwood, and he was just so much fun.
Yeah.
And we really made it a good, fun class for that.
Good. So,
and I was good at it, so.
So you excelled.
Yes.
That's what the parts you like. Drive fast. So after you graduated, do you start right away? Did you come to the capital?
You go through like a 2-week, kind of like an admin week, where they teach you how to do reports and kind of get you acclimated with the computer aspect of it. And then you go into FTO.
Okay.
And so you're with another officer for 6 weeks, and then kind of get a feel for what you're doing.
And it's a little different from the state trooper position. What's your responsibilities as a Capitol Police officer?
So our main priorities are the preservation of the state properties and then the personnel that work inside of them. So that includes all the state employees in the different offices, but also the senators and the representatives and, of course, the governor that works down there.
Yeah. So you have a lot of property and people that you're keeping track of, and it's kind of like Florida. Certain times of the year, you guys grow tremendously because you had the legislatures come into town during the session. So you guys...
Session is a very busy time.
Yeah. You guys grow immensely there, don't you? But I'm surprised you have a lot more properties than what people think, too, because you have what you would think of as general headquarters, a GHQ, State House, but there's other properties also.
Right. We have White River State Park, the Indiana War Memorial Parks in the Circle, and we have units at the governor's residence as well. So we're spread out.
Yeah.
Spread out in the downtown Indianapolis area.
Exactly. How large is the Capitol Police section? How many officers do you have?
We have capacity for 70. I'm not sure what our count is right now.
So 70 officers. Do you have any certain shifts that you have, or how does the shifts work?
We have 3 shifts. We have day shift, which is 7 to 3, and then second shift, which is 3 to 11, and third shift, which is 11 to 7. And then I'm working kind of a mid shift right now. I work 9 to 5 during the week, and that's just to kind of help overlap with our...
have officers in there at all times. Well, again, you're listening to the Indiana State Police Roadshow, brought to you by the Indiana State Police Alliance and Cops for Kids. I'm speaking with Capitol Police Officer Megan Imel, who works for the Capitol Police Division of the Indiana State Police. So are your duties foot patrol a lot, car patrol, a combination, or how's that work?
It's a combination of it. We do have a lot of foot patrol because all of our main campuses, the government centers are in the State House are within walking distance of each other. And I think it helps with our presence too, to be seen. But we do have car patrol too, with the circle and the surrounding properties.
But I bet you guys have a lot more interaction than the regular trooper on the road with the public then.
Yes.
You guys speak with a lot of people.
I always say you can't walk like 10 feet without being stopped and asked something.
I'm sure. Because you have a lot of visitors coming through down there also, don't you?
Yes.
Wow. That's crazy. So the areas that you do patrol, are you assigned to the War Memorial, or do you guys just hit that every so often, or how's that work?
We do have an officer that is posted there, and that's a 24/7 post that is scheduled. And then we have some posts that are on the campus that are scheduled, but then we do a rotation, so you're not at the same spot all the time.
What about events? Special events?
Yes, I love working the events. We have the good fortune of being downtown, so we get to work with both the state police and, of course, Indianapolis Metropolitan and the Marion County deputies. And I've personally had the privilege of working with both their bike patrol on a number of events, like the governor's bike ride. Well, that's ours, but the mayor's bike ride and the NCAA events, concerts that are down there. They have an amazing homeless outreach team that I've been able to go out with as well.
And you mentioned the White River Parkway. They have a lot of concerts over there.
Yes.
So you guys are involved with that. Wow.
Yep.
That's amazing. So the bike patrol, you talked about that. Are you a bike officer?
I am.
Really?
Yes. I have been for a couple years now.
Is there training involved in that?
Yes, you go to IPEMBA, which is the Indiana Bike School that happens at Butler.
Really?
It's 5 days, and then you have to do a number of courses, including riding in like this, I swear it's like 3 feet by 3 feet box, and you have to go in and then out. It's tricky. Going downstairs, going upstairs.
Have you utilized that training?
Yes,
Really?
absolutely. Yeah.
And then again, I'm sure that's another well-perceived PR, public perception. You're able to get right in with the crowd.
Right there.
Yeah.
And a good thing about it is that most people don't realize you're a police officer until you are right next to them.
Right.
So that helps us.
Do you utilize that a lot in the White River?
Yes.
Okay.
That is probably where we utilize it the most, is along the canal there especially.
Yeah, because you have a lot of patrol along the canal too, don't you? Wow.
Plus it's pretty, so.
Yeah. So what's the age? What do you, for a Capitol Police officer?
Well, you have to be 21 like you would be at any police agency.
Right.
But we don't have an age cutoff.
Okay.
So it's kind of like a sheriff deputy would be. You can come in at any age. We have a lot of people who come from the trooper side over to Capitol. And then people who have done out-of-state police agencies, they come here and they're to not too old, but over the age limit. A lot of city police departments, I think their cutoff are around 36.
Yeah.
And I know the troopers are 40 now.
Yeah. Yeah, because of retirement, they have to get that so many years in there. But
we hire any age, and we will send you to the academy if you don't have it. And if you do have it and you're up to date on your certification, then you're
pretty good to go.
Yep.
And to go, again, if you're interested in the Capitol Police Division, the Indiana State Police is right there on the website, Indiana State Police homepage, and there's a lot of information that we've been talking about here about the Capitol Police section and how to become involved with that. But also their application is online, which is how it's received with the Indiana State Police is online there 24/7. You can look at that.
Right.
And I'm sure you do a lot of talking to people about that. Do you get approached a lot about becoming an officer?
Actually, I do. Yeah.
For sure.
And I get a lot of questions from other women, too, because I don't think, especially the younger ones, I don't think they've ever really been told, hey, you could be a police officer.
Right.
And so when they see me, it's almost like whoa, like, hey, I knew that you could, but I never really thought about it.
Are you the only one on the Capitol Police?
No, Sergeant Jones on second shift.
Okay.
And that's it right now.
We need to get some more on there.
Yes.
Help you guys out. Well, we appreciate you being here with us today, Megan, the Capitol Police Officer for the Indiana State Police, and you'll see her downtown patrolling all the areas downtown with the State Police and White River, and you guys even go out to the Indiana State Police lab and do that. So It's amazing what you guys cover. But thanks for being here. We appreciate you coming in.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Well, again, you've been listening to the Indiana State Police Roadshow, brought to you by the Indiana State Police Alliance. Cops for Kids, a subsidiary of the Indiana State Police Alliance. I've been speaking with Officer Imel with the Indiana State Police Capitol Police Division. Go to our website, the homepage, Indiana State Police. Click on the left side. Talks about career opportunities, and you can apply there. We'll talk to you next week. Roadshow out.